Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday the 14th of May. My name is Philip Kingston.
And I'm Gary Peer.
Very busy weekend. Nice weather too, by the way. How lovely is autumn?
Autumn is nice. The weekend was good. The footy was great on Friday night.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I mean,
you know, this is why the world hates Carlton.
Oh, come on.
The world hates Carlton.
Don't be like that.
Everybody wants to see Carlton lose.
Yep.
Not because they're a bad club,
Yep.
not because the players aren't good.
No.
It's the smugness. It's the smugness of Carlton supporters. And unfortunately, a number of my best mates are Carlton supporters.
Yep.
But I've got to tell you, in fairness, with love and affection, I say that.
Yep.
Well, I say this, Gary, with love and affection.
Yep.
Right? That's the pre-qualifier.
Okay. Now what's
with love
coming?
and affection,
Yep.
you are the smuggest of my smug best mate Carlton supporters.
Is that right?
The others,
Yeah.
the others are a bit more humble.
So, no. They're just hiding their smugness. I'm open about it. So you got to have some respect for that. Is there anybody that Melbourne hates losing to, or you hate losing to more than Carlton? Because it's been like 1 point, 3 points. Is there anything that...
Do you know what?
Yeah.
Because it's the smugness
Yes.
of the Carlton supporters. You know, I don't mind, like, losing
Yeah.
a game of football, it's part and parcel. No team goes through. In fact, I'm not sure, has any team ever gone through the entire home and away season undefeated?
I think Carlton might have done that once, actually. Yeah.
See, that's the answer.
Someone will answer that. Someone will answer that. Yeah. Someone will answer. Someone watching.
Josh
will know.
Kay, if you happen to be watching this show.
Or Anthony will know the
No,
answer.
Josh
to that.
Kay will know.
Yeah,
this.
no, he's a genius.
Josh, if you're watching this show, and I hope you are, and I'm going to send you a text to make sure you watch.
Yeah.
Which team in
Modern times,
in the history of the game, how many teams have won the grand final and gone through the whole home and away season undefeated?
I think Carlton did it once in the
Yeah,
70s or
of course
80s. I think they
you
did.
do.
But is there anybody you hate losing to more?
No,
Carlton
because
supporters,
and it's not the club.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
the supporters.
I know. And in fact, my daughter said, "We're pretty bad, aren't we, when we win?" I said, "Yeah," because she hasn't seen us win.
So
right?
she gets it.
She gets it. She thought it was Collingwood that was sort of annoying, but she can even see as a Carlton lover that we are an annoying team when we win.
When Collingwood,
but we're winning.
Win, they win with passion.
Yes.
They win with enthusiasm, and they're totally committed supporters.
Yeah.
Right. They live, they breathe
Yeah, they
their
are.
entire life.
That's true. You've got to
their
give them that.
entire life.
Yeah, you've got to give them
is
that.
football.
Yeah.
But Carlton, you know, anyway.
Anyway, don't worry about it.
Anyway.
Just, you know what? I just think that, you know, it's a snow season. A lot of the players weren't there. They're in their Range Rovers. A lot of the supporters
Talking about Melbourne
from Melbourne,
supporters,
they're in the Range Rovers off to the snow, so it probably wouldn't have mattered. Look,
it
is cliched.
So
You earn your
cliched.
reputation. Anyway, that's enough about football. Let's get back to real estate.
Yep.
You're right, and we talk about, you know, weather. What do we say? Weather, footy, and what's the other third there? I can't remember what we talk about. We just ramble off about these things. But the market, interesting. Look, 70% was Gary Pitt Associates against the industry average. Both REA, REA and Domain, 61, 62. So let's put 62%. Put up the towers. We still did okie dokie, didn't we?
Yeah, it was some interesting sales, Gary, because, I mean, we talked about last week about how the market has settled. It has kind of lost a bit of its energy and enthusiasm. Having said that, viewers, here's my tip, and I can't remember whether I said this on last week's GPTV because I never rewatch it.
And you forget what you say.
Correct. But
There's
there's a sugar hit coming to the marketplace. There is a sugar hit. When the tax cuts come through in July, I can tell you every single mortgage broker is going to be reaching out to their clients saying, I've recalibrated your loan amount. You can now spend X number of dollars.
Do you think it'll be that profound? Do you think it'll be that much a big deal?
Do you know, without question.
I don't think so.
Look, Gary, unlike you who just makes stuff up and goes with the Carlton way of thinking, I actually do my research.
Is that right?
I rang a mortgage broker and I said...
you rang a mortgage broker?
I did. I rang Daniel.
Was he in the pub at the time?
No, I rang Daniel and I said, Daniel, tell me, have you factored in the tax cuts yet? He says, no, because we're aware of them, but the banks will not accept what's coming. They'll only talk about the here and the now. Okay. So it actually hasn't happened yet, but as soon as it happens, I'm talking about August. The market will regain energy because people will have more money to spend.
Okay.
So that's the first sugar hit coming. And as we get closer to the end of the year and as the Reserve Bank says more and more, I think we've got inflation under control, the interest rate cut is happening, there's your next sugar hit. So viewers, if you're thinking about buying, I think there is a window between now and November to actually buy something because the market is a bit softer.
Quick prediction. Interest rate's going to go up or down first. Which one happens first? Up or down?
It's a no-brainer. Down.
You think so?
Yep.
Well, interestingly enough, on the way to here, just in the car on the
Why
way,
are you
I listened
talking
to
now so softly?
because it's a soft.
Are you trying to build up some?
I'm building up something big, something big. So
do you think our viewers listen and watch that closely?
That part. Everyone's
to get
leaning,
to get the nuance of the
That's
way
right.
you're now talking.
Mums and dads saying, "Kids, turn off the telly." Something.
All
Gary's got
of a
something to
sudden,
say. Yeah.
In lounge rooms right across the world, people are just leaning
right.
in now.
Exactly right, they are.
Good on you.
So in the car on the way here,
Yeah.
they said on the news that they think that there's going to be an interest rate cut. So there you go. Anyway, that's what's going on. I've got something here. I've made some notes because we promised a while ago to talk about the important questions that vendors should ask their agent. There's 4 of them.
Okay.
Now, most vendors will ask what? They'll ask, how much?
Yep. How much is my house worth?
How much is my house worth? What will it cost to sell my house?
Yes.
Is that right?
Costs. Value of home.
Yep.
Costs to get to market and sell.
And commission would
Yep.
be the other one.
Costs.
Yeah, well, okay. So it's usually advertising costs, commission, and they would ask maybe...
Have you rehearsed this?
No, not very well. They would ask for how much is my house worth, what's the advertising, what's the commission? They would be the 3 questions that vendors would ask.
So I say gone from 4 questions to 3 questions.
Yes, but I've got 4.
So this is what I have to work with this untrained circus animal.
I've got 4 questions. The 4 questions you should ask your agent. None of those questions, those 3, are the questions.
What is it?
The first one is, how will you deal with offers? Now, I don't want to get, because we know, and no, come on, we talked about this in our sales meeting yesterday. Yep. We know that not all agents deal with offers equally, and we know that there's a big difference with how we do it versus how our other colleagues in the industry
deal with offers. Yep,
yeah.
Move on.
So I think the first one is, how do you deal with offers? That should be a question that should be asked.
Yeah, no, we've done that. We've done that, Gary.
Okay, but for impact, I'm repeating it. Okay, number 2, how is your database utilised, Phil? Because everyone has a database, right? And they will say, we've got a database, we've got a database. We've got a big database, we've got a small database, we've got a medium. How do you utilise
How do you use your database? That's number 2.
Number 2.
Number 3.
What's the follow-up process of buyers that come through my open home?
Yep, okay.
Because I think that's pivotal.
Follow-up process after the weekend's inspection.
Yes.
What is the follow-up process of buyers? That's number 3. What's number 4?
Can I have the phone numbers of the last 10 people who you sold a house for, please?
Okay.
And see if they're prepared for me to call them.
10 references via phone number of recent sales, not the one that you sold for Aunt Mabel back in 1968.
Yes, they got £3,000 over the reserve.
Those are the 4 questions, Gary. In the sorry, I'm sorry just to cut this down.
No, that's good. Do that.
We need to move this show on. So that fascinating.
You can wrap me up if you like. Go ahead.
We'll do the wrap up now. 4 questions. Reach out, ring Gary, get those 4 questions. Let's talk about the weekends.
Hey, I prepared that for 2 weeks, that whole thing.
Great.
Yeah.
70% clearance, Gary.
He's ruthless, isn't he?
How many sales out of how many sales?
Where would he be without me? And he just pushes me aside, just like that.
How many sales?
Okay, we sold 70%.
Okay,
doesn't matter how many. Let's talk about some of the big ones, shall we?
Okay,
some of the fun ones. Octavius Avenue. Now that was interesting, Philip, because that one was very popular.
Yes.
Octavius Avenue, a bit of a tricky one because not a big parcel of land, but a lot of accommodation for a small parcel of land in Caulfield North in a great street. Strong offer. Auction was brought forward. Bang. 4 bidders.
Starting to do this a bit. Buyers and sellers that are watching the show, just because a campaign has a start date and an end date does not mean that we won't bring the end date in. So it's a full weekend process, but some of our properties, if we think that there is momentum after the 2nd or the 3rd week, we might not wait for auction day. We've got a process built around that, but that was one of those where instead of being auctioned on a Sunday, we auctioned that on the Thursday evening.
We did, yes, just before the game.
Correct, that's right.
Still made it.
Just before the game.
Just before the game.
Very strong result. Shout out to the owner of that property. Delightful man and his family. A very, very strong result.
Now, talk about pulling auctions in. We did it on Sunday as well. And by the way, happy Mother's Day to all the mums.
Yep.
We had a beautiful Mother's Day. Did that go out to the public, our Mother's Day video?
We did. If you haven't seen our video for Mother's Day.
Is it on our website?
It'll go onto our website, go onto our Gary Peer Instagram site, or actually Could you like me, follow me on Instagram, Philip D. Kingston, because I've got it on my Instagram.
Why was it Philip D. Kingston?
Because Philip Kingston was already taken by another Philip Kingston who has been in the news. There are two Philip Kingstons, right? That I know of. One being me, and there's another Philip Kingston that if you Google that Philip Kingston, there is a lot of information around about this fellow and the things that he has been up to, which please do not confuse me.
Are you sure it's a different one? Is there something you want to tell?
100%.
It's time to fess up.
No, 100%.
You know, it's like when we had Andy Lee, and we've talked about this, but we had Andy Lee at our Kickstart Day, which was very special. Might have a bit of footage of him as we're speaking about him. But I remember, you know, one of the questions that I asked him is there's another Andy Lee that is a professional footballer.
Yes.
And, you know, would you be upset if you actually found out that we were after the other Andy Lee and we got you by mistake? And he said, well, there's a third Andy Lee. The third Andy Lee is an adult movie star. And he said that Andy Lee,
an adult movie star.
I've said it nicely.
Porn.
Yes. And he said that Andy Lee wanted to have a bit of a competition with the other Andy Lee. And he said no. Anyway, Phil, let's move on. Bit
Silly
of trivia
childhood
there. Yes,
like
well,
that.
we have some fun. Look, anyone that watches this expecting it to be serious has never
Okay,
seen it before.
move on.
Phil, the other sale was 3 at 33 Charnwood Road. We pulled that in for Sunday on Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. And that one sold for $367,000 with 4 bidders there, Phil. Popular apartment.
And interesting viewers, because, you know, on this show we do like to talk about all of
the big houses.
spectrum of the sales. So just so you know, we sell from, I think, $250,000 for a studio apartment, all the way up to in excess of $10 million and everything in between, and we love it all.
People want to know what's hot, Phil. I could tell you that 167 Booran Road, Caulfield South, that was hot. Damn hot, red hot. I auctioned that one on Saturday afternoon, a couple of days after the game. And that one, Philip, was very, very popular. 17118 was the range, but it ran away by hundreds of thousands of dollars beyond due to the competition of 4 very keen buyers. Phil, while I was there, you were just up the road in Beach Street. Tell us a little bit about that sale. The price is disclosed of $1,902,000.
So very strong result there. We had we had 3 parties bidding for it, but 2 parties got locked in a bidding war. Sold for well in excess of the reserve price. A developer was outbid by 2 sisters who are buying this block of land to build 2 homes. One is going to live in one is going to live in the other, to the best of my knowledge. So kind of a nice story there. Although shout out to the developer that missed it, because he would have done a beautiful development on the site.
Sisters are doing it for themselves, Phil.
There we go.
Really are. Phil, you were in Mount Waverley, and you grace the fair shores of Mount Waverley. We do sell there from time to time. And always done well in Mount Waverley. Tell us about Pascal Street.
We've probably made dozens of sales in Mount Waverley.
Yes, over the years.
This was a parcel of land with a very good kind of 1970s single-story home on it that will ultimately be pulled down for a big new house to go up. Beautiful streets out there, Gary. I was somewhat surprised. I haven't driven around there much. But beautiful homes.
And some serious development going on. There's some towers and some buildings, and there's a lot happening in the Mount Waverley. So, exciting part of town. Philip, 4 Alfred Street was sold on Sunday. Is that the first time that house has ever been sold?
It is, Gary.
Yeah, I thought it might
because
be.
we bought that
I thought we
about
did.
30 years ago.
Not with their money.
For a client.
With
their
money.
And then they built a house on it, lived there happily ever after.
They did.
And have finally moved on, scaling down to an apartment. But that was a good sale, and lovely to see another young couple buy it, because that's really a generational home.
It is, and congratulations to the vendor who's been there for many, many years, sold with a heavy heart, Phil. Moving on to something else beautiful. Philip, 52 Teague Street was an auction that I had the opportunity of conducting on Sunday afternoon. 2 advocates going for it, Phil, and it was sold within the range, which was 1.6 to 1.76. We don't need to go into too much detail because it's undisclosed, but in the range anyway.
Let's talk about the weekend that's coming up, Gary. How many auctions?
We've got 19 of the finest auctions, Philip, you could ever wish to have. On Saturday alone, we're in 9 different suburbs. We're kicking off in the fair shores of South Yarra. We love it there. And Phil, we are selling 10 at 5A Powell Street.
That's a great apartment. I've been looking after that together with Monique Robin from our office. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. Literally walk out your front door and you've got Toorak Road on your doorstep. Great street. good apartment.
You'll be doing a nice early auction, Phil. 304 171 Inkerman Street, St Kilda. Jeremy Rosen's auctions that one at 10:30.
Gary, what a great property that is. 2-story. We've got 2 bedrooms, 1.5 bathrooms, car parking, a fabulous balcony, living, dining area. That's a lovely home.
I've got to say, I'm a bit envious, Philip, that you got the auction honours in Wilk Street, because I love that development and I love this property.
Gary, a beautiful, beautiful development with a communal swimming pool and barbecue area. This is the most phenomenal home. You've got a basement, you've got a lift, you've got a double lock-up garage or double car space downstairs, 3 incredible bedrooms, 2 beautiful bathrooms, a fabulous courtyard garden, both front and rear. I love that development. I love that home.
In Rosstown Road, Philip, there is an auction 11:30 being conducted by Jeremy Rosen's in
And
Carnegie.
that is walking distance to absolutely everywhere. What an incredible location. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom and a car space and a courtyard garden. That is a wonderful property.
There are 4 12:30 auctions, Philip. There's going to be one at 148 Oakley Road at 12:30.
531 square metres of prime land, Gary, together with a 3 bedroom, 1 bathroom home. So that's a wonderful parcel of land or a really good home or investment. That's the place to put your money.
I'm going to get my backside, Parkside, at 12:30, Phil, to conduct the auction with Leo Samuel, I believe.
Very popular Parkside as an address. This is 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. The unique selling proposition here, Gary, is the incredible courtyard garden, complete with its timber deck. It's light and it's bright.
I'm meeting Vanessa McGlynn there with Leon Guzenfitter. Sorry, I made a mistake there. Davey Avenue, Brighton East. What a great looking property. Jan Doson's been handling this.
I've got auction pleasures there with Jan and Leo Bar. This is a fabulous home. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a double lock-up garage, plenty of garden areas. Love that home, and Davey Avenue, love that address.
And I love this pretty apartment, Philip, this older style. We actually sold the block next door to it not that long ago. This time we are auctioning one at 31 Orange Grove at 12:30.
Beautiful looking building, Gary. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. Beautiful landscaped sense of arrival. And you've got the tram of Carlisle Street and Balaclava shops and train station. Carlisle Street is really your back garden.
Sure is. This is one of the best looking homes that we've auctioned in Carnegie, which is where we are the most busy on Saturday. Our 3rd auction in Carnegie, this time at 7 Blackwood Street.
Gary, this is the house with absolutely everything. Christian de Vries together with Dizzy Wang are handling that property. 5 incredible bedrooms, 4 beautiful bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking, the most magnificent swimming pool. That's the home with absolutely everything.
And we bring down the curtain at 2:30 on Saturday. Philip Graham Callan is auctioning this apartment in New Lupner Road.
Gary, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. Lupner is a great address, and this is a really lovely apartment.
Phil, you can have a little sleep in on Sunday if you'd like to.
I'm
going to be busy. I've got a 10:30 and 11 o'clock auction, and they're both in Marara Road in Caulfield South, opposite the park.
Unusual here, Gary, where number 32 sits next to number 33.
There's
not many streets where that happens.
How does it work?
But 32 is 621 square metres of land with a very livable, lettable home, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. But number 33 is a fabulous 2-story Art Deco home, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. Both are fabulous, but imagine being able to buy both of those and keep that in the family forever.
They're terrific, Phil. They've been repriced too at a much more affordable price range now, and that's somewhere in that sort of mid to high ones. So good value opportunity. Phil, you kick off your busy Sunday at 11:30 in Hudson Street.
Hudson Street, a street that is familiar to us. We love it.
We sure do.
This is home number 2 at number 14 Hudson Street. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, a double carport for 2 cars, wraparound garden areas. That's great real estate.
I might duck over to Elizabeth Street and check out Jeremy Rosen's, because that is one of my favourite streets in the world. Elizabeth Street.
Without question, Elizabeth Street is the number 1 street of Elstonwick.
Sure is.
This is 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. This is a home with everything, Gary, including a swimming pool and a home theatre. And that obviously has the number 1 address of Elstonwick.
And surprisingly affordable, I would have thought, in somewhere in that mid-2s. Philip, Filbert Street is your 12:30 auction, number 48. You're meeting Leon there.
Come and check out a stunning home, Leon and Ben Eisner, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. This is a home that has been fastidiously and beautifully renovated right throughout. You can buy this home, move straight in. It is completely stunning, complete with its parquetry floors. The attention to detail in that home is marvellous.
130 Phillip 724 Inkerman Road, opposite the park, hits the market. And you're the auctioneer for it.
Lamore and Sally working on this together. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, beautiful garden areas, a tandem lock-up garage, and of course you've got Caulfield Park across the road, and everybody loves Caulfield Park.
You have a snap purchase, an affordable apartment, Phillip, situated in Carlisle Street, Balaclava. Daniel Peer is the agent, and Simon Redon, the auctioneer.
2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom and a car space, beautifully renovated, polished timber floorboards, gorgeous kitchen, courtyard garden, and a shed. That's the home with everything.
Cardigan Street's a great spot, Phil. We've got an auction there at 2:30 on Sunday, conducted by Jeremy Roses to finish our weekend off.
Ben Eisner and John Sweepo are handling that property. That's a really good apartment, and that's a great location.
Got a few places to review and to talk about before we wrap up the show. Phil, at 50 Oron Crescent, Caulfield North. We were talking about this off camera. Tell us about this home.
Have a look at this one online. I've done a video tour there, viewers. This is 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, double undercover carport, pergola, north-facing back garden. That home is absolutely beautiful.
If you want a massive apartment, and I'm talking massive, have a look at the floor plan on this while we're talking about, Philip. This apartment has been in the same hands for many, many years. 8 at 310 Inkerman Street, St Kilda East. Tell us about this one.
Gary, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2 car spaces. That really is luxury living at an affordable price range, and finding an apartment of that size is almost impossible.
It really is impossible, unless you're in the millions. Phil, we move on to Bamber Road, this time 132A Bamber Road, another feature property that you've been involved with.
This is the latest from a family of developers. That is a father, son and daughter.
Yep.
They really know what the market wants. This is the largest home of its type that you're going to see in the marketplace. 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, double lock-up garage, huge entertaining areas, everything that opens and shuts. That is quite the magnificent property.
Luxury and opulence comes to Bamber Road in a big way for that one, Phil. We're going to wrap up with this home, which I'm actually a little bit in love with, I've got to say. Right on the park side there at 2A Rowena Street, Caulfield North.
Again, a beautiful, beautiful home. 4 bedrooms, again, 4 bathrooms, lock-up garage. Everything to love about that home, Gary, but the thing I love about it most, because the home is perfect, is the fact that you've got the tram in Balaclava Road. You're opposite Caulfield Park. You can also walk to the new Caulfield East Shopping Centre. You can also walk to Baker Blue and get some fabulous country loaf, which I absolutely love, with beautiful Australian olive oil or some full cream butter.
That property is big, beautiful and brand new. Phil, that is a wrap on this week's May edition already. We are in May of GPTV. We have got some good properties coming up, and there's a lot happening this month, Phil. So we will keep you all informed as to what's happening in the world of real estate. I'm Gary Peer.
I'm Philip Kingston. Have a fabulous week.